I'm going to show how to turn a Newsela article into an interactive lesson with DocentEDU. So if you haven't already, go to DocentEDU and sign up as a teacher to install the Chrome extension. Your students can also go here, sign up. It's a very quick, easy process for all of them. All right, so going back to our article, um, this is going to be a really good one for my environmental science class. But at the beginning, what I want to do is ask some questions. So it's really easy with DocentEDU. I'll click on the browser extension, and that will load in the DocentEDU toolbar over on the left-hand side. And this lets me assign the lesson, add highlights, notes to my highlights, embed sticky notes, as well as videos and maps I'll show you, how to add in questions, discussions, and then feedback as well. So if you have any ideas or run into any problems, go ahead and click on that and give us some feedback, and we'll get right back to you. So I would like to start off my lessons with a question. So right here, because it's about pollution traveling from Asia to California, I thought it'd be good to ask a question up here at the beginning of how long did my students think it'll take? And I'll go ahead and just click create. And now my students can answer the question right there. And oh, I did not capitalize Asia, so I can just go back, click edit, and correct that. And there we go. Now students will be able to answer that right there. So kind of going into here, I want to add in some visuals. So there's this really nice video that NASA put together that kind of shows a time lapse of pollution actually traveling around the Earth. And I know that's going to be great for my students. So I'm going to copy this URL up here at the top, and I'll head back. And with my sticky notes, so I want to add this in a little bit farther down here, so destination of smog, so my students can kind of see that happening. And I just pasted in that URL, and DocentEDU turns it automatically into a embedded video. My students can start watching it from there. And another thing that I know is that a lot of them, the distance is really difficult to understand of how far away. So I set up a Google map here. So this is just Beijing, China to Monterey, California, which is near where they did the testing. And I want to embed this in there as well to give my students kind of like a scope of how big of a distance this is. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the gear over here on Google Maps and select share and embed. I want to have under embed, and I'm going to keep this as a small one. Everything kind of looks good right there. So I will copy that code and head back over here. And again, so I'm going to add another sticky note, and I'll paste this in. And what's neat too is that this isn't just a static image. Since it's Google Maps, students can actually zoom in and get an idea of use it like any other Google Map. So it's really kind of a neat ability. So in here, they start talking about unfair penalties and whether or not if what people say in one place or what people do in one place should affect another. I think that'd be a good discussion question, and as well as if there should be fines for people that live in California because of pollution that's not from their actions. So I'm going to add in a discussion question here asking just that. I'll click create. And what's neat about discussions is that all students in the class will be able to see other students' responses and add in multiple, kind of continue that conversation. Whereas questions, like the one that we added in up at the top, is private. So only the teacher can see a student's response on there. So at this point, I would go through and add in a couple more guiding questions as students are reading through to kind of make sure they're getting the main points. And then when I'm all done, I would just click on the DocentEDU icon, select my class, click OK, and now my lesson has been assigned to my students. And when they go to their DocentEDU dashboard, they'll see a link to it. I can also just simply give my students this URL. So if I was using a learning management system like Schoology or Edmodo, I could just have the link right there. Students would go there and click the DocentEDU icon, and everything would just simply pop up for them. And that's how you can create an interactive lesson with DocentEDU and Newsela.